everyone. Good evening. Welcome to your Sunday tonic conversation with the Love Crusader. It's the last Sunday in the month of September, and we usually will do our Q and A. If you're coming across the platform for the first time, it's called Conversation with the Love Crusader. It's a platform where we talk about love, we talk about life, marriage, relationships, all in a fun way. So we learn while having fun. We are always live every Sunday at 5 p.m. GMT. All right. If you're a first time subscriber, welcome. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on all social media platforms. It's the Love Crusader on all of our platforms. And if you are a returning subscriber, it's good to see you here, and we are happy to have you here. And welcome to all of our new YouTube subscribers. I see you. We are growing. So welcome. Keep sharing, keep telling your friends about this platform. God bless you as you do so. All right. So the month of September was loaded. Firstly, it was the month of the bedroom conversation. So there was a lot of heated matters and heated topic around the bedroom. All right. And in this month of September, Men Fancy supported um, charity show, a charity program, which was titled Back to School. So I'll show you a snippet of what we did. By the grace of God, we're able to support some children in collaboration with Saorio and Obioma in Nigeria. We're able to support some children with books and money and foodstuff to take back to school in September. So don't miss that. You want to see a highlight of what we've done. But let's try to go into the questions you have sent to us in the month. I was just saying to Titi, no, I've not welcomed Titi. Welcome our co-host Titi is in the house.
Drum roll.
I'm in a hurry to jump into the questions. I didn't even remember to say hello to Titi. Okay, hello Titi. Welcome, Joe.
Hi,
This
man.
whole question, God, the Lord is our strength too.
Amen.
So,
Oh, amen.
like I said, we had lots of engagement with the bedroom matter this month, and um, lots of questions came in. Some of the questions we've tried to answer on our own, and apologies if we cannot bring your question on air this month. We'll try as much as we can to bring some of these questions back for other edition. So 3 questions we'll try to deal with as quickly as we can today. The first two, because I believe they're a bit related, bordering on the issue of trust, we will deal with those first two first, and then we'll deal with the last one later. So, also, kudos to the man that sent in his question, because most times we get questions from the female folk. I always wonder, where are the sisters? Where are the babes? But this month we got a question from a man, and we're going to start with his question. It's a very long one, so I'm going to summarize. I won't read everything that was sent. But the summary is that this man is going through right now some financial challenges. He's lost his job. He has a younger brother who is wealthy, and the younger brother gives his wife money behind his back. This younger brother has conversation and meetups with the wife when he's not there. The younger brother even calls, when he calls the woman in the front of the brother, the front of the elder brother, he kind of give her a heads up. Your husband is here. You're on speaker, kind of making it look like, be careful what you say, because your husband is here, that kind of thing. So this man says this thing is destroying him, because he's now beginning to feel like there's something going on, and he doesn't know whether he's insane for thinking that way. Is it justified? Is he justified to suspect that something is going on with his younger brother and his wife? Please, viewers, you're free to make your comment. Let's help ourselves and let's help the people who have sent in this question. Titi, oh yeah, let's try and help this. Is he being unreasonable? Is this a reasonable matter?
Hmm. First of all, I just want to say to this guy that you're not insane. And I want to handle this question by speaking generally regarding when people probably suspect something in their marriage relationship or in relationships generally. They suspect something, or they have this sense, especially women. It happens it happens to men too, but most especially women, they have this sixth sense that they just feel something is not right here.
Mm, mm,
First of all, this is to say that when you feel or when you sense things like that, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You are not insane. You are not you are not just sensing that thing for sensing sake. Even if at the end of the day, what you think or what you feel you are sensing is not right, um, your sensing is valid, is what I'm saying. Your sensing is valid. What you feel is valid.
mm-hmm,
The thing is how to now handle it. And most times, most people allow it to um, just go down the other side, like for women, they don't do anything about it for whatever reasons. They now start brooding over it and expanding it and increasing it and start adding fuel to fire. For most men, they just shut down. They don't even add anything to it. That thing that they sense, they just shut down and start reacting. you know so your whatever it is you are sensing is valid, because you're not insane. It is valid. You are married to this person. If you are not married, you are in a relationship with this person. So yes, you should sense things. You should feel things. It is your right to feel things.
mm,
So the only issue now is how do we handle what we feel? Because we can't act based on the way we feel.
mm,
Our feelings are flimsy. Our feelings are not stable enough for us to place on them that responsibility of making decisions. So you can't act based on the way you feel. So what you need to do is tell yourself, this is the way I feel. This is what I sense now. What can I do about it now?
mm-hmm,
So just to put it out there, to this guy and other guys, you are not insane.
mm-hmm,
What you are sensing is very valid. If, for example, this guy comes up now and says that he's sensing something from me,
mm.
that's the way I'm related, that's going to be weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know you. I don't know you. Even if I've met you before, I don't have any connection with you.
Mm-hmm,
So what are you sensing?
mm,
Because we're not in a relationship together. But what he's sensing now, or what he feels, or what his mind is thinking now, is for someone with whom he's in a relationship. He's married to this person. So yes, so what you are sensing is valid. That's my first point. What you're sensing is valid. So we can now move on to what do you now do with what you feel. What do you now do with how you what you are sensing? How do you now handle it?
mm.
So
So, that, because that was his first question. Wait, am I really? Is it me? Am I the
um,
problem? Am I wrong in thinking something could be happening? Because I mean, if I were him, I would also feel somehow. Why would you people be having conversations? In fact, it's your brother that does not have a job. Why are you not giving your brother the money to help his family? Why go and give his wife? These are the things we talk about sometimes, about boundaries in the way we relate with ourselves. Yes, in-laws, yes, extended families, they are there and we are all there. But there's a way we create impressions. It could be that nothing is actually happening, but from the behavior you create the impression that something is happening. Because I, I'm thinking about it and wondering why.
But I understand this situation because the guy feels kind of handicapped because he's not working. And you know how men feel when they are not able to provide for their family. They just feel kind of helpless.
Yes.
They even feel as if they don't have the right of say on any matter because they are not able to provide. It shouldn't be that way. Because the fact that you are, especially for guys are hardworking, or you've been able to provide for your family before, but for some reason beyond your control at the moment, you're not able to. Think about the past times when you were able to provide for your family and you actually did it. Those times should count for something. You
Mm-hmm.
can't just throw away those times. It's not as if you've always been irresponsible. The situation on ground just happened that at the moment you're not able to provide, but you've been providing. So that idea where, and I know a lot of men feel this way, and it's going to be very difficult to kind of change that narrative, but it can be changed. The fact that you're not able to provide, there are two categories. The guy is not able to provide at all at the moment, or for some reason he's not able to provide as much as he normally would, or as much as he would want to. So for that reason, he feels like he can't, he doesn't have any input, he can't suggest anything. you know the fact that you're not able to provide at the moment does not take away your responsibility of being the head of the home. Once you are married as husband, you are the head of the home, and you should rise up to that responsibility, whether there's money coming in through you or not. And I know it's kind of hard. Most men will tell you, it's because there's no money now. If there's money, she won't be talking to me
Yeah,
like
I
that
think
and
I
all
think
that.
I get what you're saying. The man is quite vulnerable now.
Yes.
He's feeling like, he's in a vulnerable state.
Useless.
I think
Yeah.
it's why, to an extent, without prejudging the brother and the wife, I think it's a bit insensitive to not be acting, weird, you know,
They
acting
may not
weird.
even know that they are acting weird. That's the
No,
point.
but he's told her, he's asked her, and he has asked him. It's something that has caused a big issue because he's confronted her, he's confronted him to say, Kilo,
Okay.
what are you people doing? What's going on? Why do you need to go behind my back to talk to my wife? Why do you need to go behind my back to give my wife money? To gift my wife something. He said it's for the children, and because it's for the children, I feel I should give it to her. But thinking and knowing that this man not having a job right now means that he's quite vulnerable. He's
Yeah.
feeling low. As a brother who wants to help, that's my thinking. And I mean, viewers can help us and someone can correct us if we're not thinking this through. You know, I'm thinking that he should be talking to his brother. He should be giving the money to the brother. He should be encouraging his brother, not the wife, and us more so now doing it behind the brother's back. So you
Yeah.
see what's generating the
Yeah.
mistrust.
No, I understand the picture perfectly well. Just like you said, even if there's nothing going on between them, there has to be boundaries. These boundaries have to be set. Let's even assume the guy was working, you know, and you, just like you said, you shouldn't be giving the money to the wife. It's kind of, because what binds you together is your brother.
Exactly.
What connects the elder brother with the woman is the younger
The
brother.
husband, yeah, the one that is
Yes.
the husband,
So
yeah.
you should be relating more with the man. That's why I feel like to support the younger brother. That's why I also sense what he's sensing, that something is definitely going on.
No, by the way, it's the elder brother that is sensing something. It's the younger brother and the wife that are doing things behind the
Oh,
elder
okay,
brother's
okay,
back.
okay. Oh, okay. So is the elder brother is married.
Yeah.
So it's the elder brother's wife that the younger brother is kind of relating with that way. Okay, I get it now. I get the
Mm-hmm.
picture now. So I kind of want to side with the elder brother, because whether something is going on or not, it is not proper. That relationship is not appropriate. And you know how the Bible says all things are lawful, but it's not everything that is expedient.
Exactly.
So even if it's not a sin, It is not appropriate. There's time for everything. It is not appropriate for that kind of relationship, and it's not appropriate for now. So boundaries have to be set.
There's no time that is even appropriate. Gone. Me, ò gbà. Me, I refuse that kind of, because as a woman, if you were to do it to me, and I will not even like it. I try to put myself in the shoes of someone. I mean, I'm not a breadwinner as a woman, but there's a way you, if you were a female, maybe my sister, will be relating with my husband, that I will be wondering, why are people now going behind my back? That's the question.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
don't know this person without me. So why would you be going behind my back? So first of
And
all,
it's
we've
not
said
just anybody, it's my wife.
so we've
Yeah.
said if you are watching, I don't know why the person who sent in the question is watching, but if you're watching, we've said that you're not imagining things, you're not
You are in your
wrong
perfect mind.
in, in wondering what is going on, but at the same time, it could just be that they don't understand the implication of what they are doing. So he said he has confronted them. They say, "Oh, it's nothing." The younger brother said, "I'm just only trying to be helpful." The wife has said, "No, nothing, and all that." Believe your wife and let your trust come back. That's all I can say, because Abby, you should not believe. Titi is shaking her
I
head.
don't agree. No,
Ah,
it's difficult. Wait, hold on, hold
how do
on.
they restore trust now?
At this point, the guy is at a low stage in his life. So just like you said, he's more vulnerable at this point. So we're talking about hard things are the things that are happening now. So I think
Mm,
it's important that they bring in a third party into this issue. And the reason why I'm saying that is that it is so hard for a man he can say yes, he will trust his wife,
swallow.
but if that dynamic is not proper, that's the issue. That dynamic is not proper. So long as that continues to happen, he will just continue to harbor probably resentment or hate for the brother, hate for the brother, resentment for the wife. So I think, I don't know the dynamics of their family, but if they've got someone in the family that both of them respect, that's the younger brother and the wife respect, because at this time things are hard. They probably need that money that they are getting. They probably need that money they're getting. So that's why I feel they need a third party that the younger brother would listen to and the wife would listen to help him say this matter. And because he needs to, I just imagine that if he's the one handling this matter, he's boiling, like he's vexed. So he needs someone to be his mouthpiece to say it in a constructive manner that will not explode everything. With thank you for the money, but I think this thing is not proper.
Yeah,
We appreciate the money. I think it's not proper. Someone in the family that can say, okay, because your brother is feeling this way, for peace to reign, if you have any money for now, give it to your
your
brother.
brother.
Your brother will give it to his wife,
Mm.
and try and cut back on the relationship, the back and forth going on between. Someone has to step in to say it. Otherwise, if it's this man handling it, somebody can die.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. I'm very conscious of time. So the other question we got was from a woman, and she says her husband had cheated on her severally in the past. They've worked on it. She's forgiven him. So this is not about unforgiveness, according to her. However, she's been having issues enjoying the bedroom, because she says every time he touches her, she cringes. Every time he touches her, she visualizes him with other women. She does not know how to get the image off her head, despite that they are good in every other way. They were fighting when those things happened. They settled. They went to through therapy. They had counseling and all of that, and she sincerely believes in her heart she's forgiven him. However, this has become a hindrance to her enjoying the man. She wants us to help her. What can she do to get her? love life back.
Wow. My heart goes out to this sister because it is sad.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons why infidelity is really a big deal when it comes
Yes.
to, especially when it comes to marriage.
Yes.
It's one of those things that it's better for it not to have happened,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
because of the way it just breaks that marriage. And the marriage is never the same again. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
Now, you can come back together and start um building something different, but it is never the same again,
Mm,
you know. Now, what you build differently can be even much better, but it is never the same again. So that is how bad, how terrible infidelity can be. So
mm.
my heart goes out to her, really. And one of the mistakes we make, especially when it comes to infidelity in marriage, is this thing that you feel like if you say you've forgiven, then all these things shouldn't be an issue. These are two separate things we are talking about here. Forgiveness is separate.
Yeah.
Working on your own is a whole different journey altogether. So I don't want to argue with her when she says she has forgiven, but I'm tempted to think that she thinks she has forgiven, but she has not completely forgiven. As a woman, she feels that that issue has been dealt with, but for her, somewhere in the recesses of her heart, she feels it has not been completely dealt with. And for most women, that's the way they react. Most women begin to give this kind of funny reactions when an issue has not been dealt with yet, or it has not been completely dealt with. They feel like it is not off the table yet, you know. So um I'm happy that every other area things are good. That's great. So if things are good in every other area, I want to believe that conversations between both of them is good. And if conversations between both of them isn't good, then probably they need to continue with the counseling. Otherwise, if conversations are good, then it's time for them to talk about what the real issue is. I feel like for this woman, that infidelity thing is not dealt with yet. Is either there are still some things she's seen about the guy that is making those things come back, or she feels like they didn't really talk about the issue. Probably he didn't apologize, or he didn't take responsibility to do take necessary actions to show her that he's no longer that. There's a disconnect somewhere between the forgiveness and where she's at the moment. So I think
Yeah.
that's the issue.
Correct to an extent. My addition to that would be that she's got trauma she's not dealt with. So there's the sometimes the assumption that we've forgiven, we've talked about it, and it's done. But the truth is that most times, depending on how hot we are, it's like a wound. So it takes time for that wound to fully heal. And being that it has something to do with sex, sex reopens the wound for her. Her wound was not fully healed. Maybe even when she and her husband got back to sexual activity, she was not fully healed yet.
Yeah.
So that is where I'm looking at it from. So it keeps looking like you're going back to scratch a wound. It's trying to close, you scratch it. You know, when you tell people to give each other time, they think you are just trying to make a big deal of the
Yeah.
problem.
Sex is still a
Ah,
trigger for her.
we have said sorry now, we have apologized, but sometimes you need time, you need a while to be able to truly heal. And residues, like you're saying now, shows up when similar situation comes up. You might not even know how traumatized you are about a thing until
Yeah.
a similar situation comes up and triggers it, and you'll be like, oh, I thought this was gone. No, it's still in your residual memory. So, like I have said to the lady, and now we're saying it on air because it could help one or two other persons who is feeling like that. And maybe you're even afraid to talk about it because you'll be labeled as an unforgiving person, or as a person who is stubborn, or as a person who does not want to make peace.
Move
So
forward.
you're afraid to say it. No, we all have different threshold and different resilience when it comes to trauma. And whatever you are dealing with, it's own it. Own it. It's okay to own it. It's okay to say this is how you're feeling, rather than just participating in sex, dryly, or just doing it as a chore. According to her, she said she's just doing it to fulfill, okay, marital chore now. She's not really enjoying it. She needs time. I think she's not been given enough time to process the trauma of what the man's infidelity did to her. So let her still, like you said, they still need counseling, trauma counseling this time, so that she knows how to, and for both of them, because she might be more expressive. The man himself might not be saying it, but it's possible that he too might even have residue,
Yeah,
from
or
the
he may be
experience.
confused at the moment because he
Yeah,
feels we've dealt with this thing. So
yeah, but
what's
I,
the
I still
issue?
can't feel you. So what's going on? All
Yeah.
right, everyone. We've dealt with two questions today. Like I said, both of them similarly bordering on trust. Trust is very light, very, very important in a relationship, but at the same time, it's something that when it's broken, it's hard. It's hard. It takes a lot of work to rebuild the trust. It takes time. It takes love. It takes tenderness. It takes kindness. It takes the dedication to not repeat those things again, so trust can be rebuilt again. So hopefully we've helped the first man and the first woman with our questions. If you still have questions, remember we've got a WhatsApp number on our Facebook page. Go find us and send in your question. If we cannot answer it, we will signpost you to those who are higher than us. Who will help us as we deal with the matter. Okay, now we're going to take a break because I want to show you a snippet of what we did with our back to school program. I'm very, very happy, excited, enthusiastic, joyful that we're able to partake in this program, because this is the kind of thing that we have been looking forward to, as a people, not just teaching, not just the counseling, not just the premarital classes, but the charity work to be able to reach out to indigent people. So this month of September, we participated in the back to school program in Nigeria. Here is a short clip of what happened um, at the program. Here we go. Yes, so welcome back. We just did a short clip of the picture so you can see the children excited to have their new books, their school bags, school shoes. Thanks to those who supported, and we hope that we'll be able to do it again next year with Obioma. Thanks to Obioma for being very, very accountable to our contributions and using the money judiciously to put a smile on the faces of these children. If you want to support any of the work we're doing, you can also reach out to us through our WhatsApp number, and we'll be very, very happy to receive your donations to do this work. All right, let's try to deal with our third question today. And this one has lots of grammar, so I'm just going to read it out. I will read out the question as it came in. So the question says, what if there are sexual things you like pre or during intercourse that your spouse refuses to do, even when these things do not cause pain or involve any kind of humiliation or indignity? So you like to do some things, some kinking things, because I remember this question came when we're talking about spicing things up and learning to do new things and being open, to not making the bedroom boring and stuff like that. And someone said, okay, what if this is my situation? I like these things. It's not painful. They are not humiliating. He's not talking about bonding someone. He's not talking about tying someone. He's not talking about turning someone's head upside down. He's not talking about flogging. I don't even know how people enjoy those things in the name of sex, anyways. Because from childhood, I hate pain.
Different strokes.
If you want to flog me, I'll be running. So me, I don't even know how somebody will now say they're enjoying flogging in the name of
Hmm.
love making, anyways. So he says it doesn't involve any of that. But if your spouse doesn't want to cooperate with what you like, what should you do?
Hmm. um, I think when it comes to and it's not just sex, it could be any other thing. When it comes to anything, any issue in marriage relationship, it's all about understanding and the mindset of the person you're dealing with. So there when you have an understanding of something, there are things that just come to you naturally because you have an understanding, you have a background knowledge of what it is, and there's some things you struggle with because you just don't understand it, you know. So your mindset is different when it comes to that thing. So and it's the same thing with sex too. When it comes to things like that, I need the person to understand that it's not this issue that is the issue. The issue is not these things that you want that they don't want. The issue is where their mind is at, their level of understanding, you know. So imagine someone that wants to be wild when it comes to sex, getting married to someone that is a bit conservative or reserved, probably because of their temperament or because of their background, the way they were raised, or something like that. You know, it's going to be hard for you to break through to this person. You know, this person has always been conservative all their lives. So you now come bam and say, no, this is the way I want it. Even if they want to give it to you, they can't just wrap their heads around it, you know? So you need to be understanding. You need to understand where this person is coming from. I don't think, especially when you have it good in your marriage and this is an issue, I don't think the person is doing it out of hurt or out of because I want to be bad to you. I think they just don't get it. They just don't understand where you're coming from. So what you can do is, um, if they are receptive every once in a while, try to explain to them, try and make them understand and see things the way you want them to see it. In the meantime, understand that you cannot change anybody. This
Mm-hmm.
change has to come from them. And just understand. Again, I'm saying understanding because let it settle in your mind that yes, you want this thing, but you won't die if you don't have it. It is not a deal breaker, you know. Sometimes I feel like when it comes to sex, it is sometimes overrated because people present it in such a way that if I don't have this thing, I'm going to die. In on the Maslow's, how do they call that? In Maslow's hierarchy of
Hierarchy.
needs, it's not one of the basic. It's not water. It's not
Don't let
food.
men hear it. Oh, they say it's food for men.
Yeah,
Oh.
I get it. It's not water. It's not food, and I understand it's important for bonding in your marriage relationship. I'm saying that you won't die without it. So whilst you are trying to educate, whilst you are trying to make them see reasons, rest in the fact that even if I don't have I would love to have it. I really want to have it. But even if I don't have it, it's okay for now. Let me enjoy the other ones, whilst you are working on. And it's again, it's not just sex, it cuts across. Because I mean, You can't make up their minds for them, really.
Okay, let me play the devil's advocate here. All right. While I
Hmm.
understand what you're saying, as to yes, this person needs to be understanding of the fact that um your partner has not gotten to where you are, and they don't understand why you need this that you need, or why you should do it. I think at the same time, sometimes in marriage, this is where sacrifice comes in. This is also where putting the other person's need ahead of yours comes in. You understand me? If it's not something that is going to hurt you, and it's not something that is going to, like he said now, because humiliate you, and your partner wants it, you should at least try it. Should be open to try it, because you
Please
love this
understand.
person. You love this person. You want them to be happy, right? You want them to be as it should be both ways. Both of you should be striving to outdo each other in making yourselves happy. So the man is working to make the woman happy. The woman is working to make the man happy. This is how the happiness, really balances out. So if it's something that your partner likes, and it won't cost you money, it's not going to humiliate you. It doesn't make you sick, because let's be very frank. I've heard of a woman that tells me that oral sex makes her puke, and she knows it makes her puke because she has tried it. It's not like she didn't try it. So that's what I'm saying. Why don't you try it and see whether in the long run you might even enjoy it as much as your partner? But without trying, how would you even know? So this is what happens. Go on.
I agree with you, and that's the level of understanding I'm talking about. But it is clear that this person does not have that level of understanding yet. So this person, one spouse is saying, I enjoy this thing. It's not going to hurt. It's not negative, it's not hurt, it's not painful and everything. That is our own understanding of this thing we're talking about. You know, that is her own level of understanding. Please know that the other person does not see it that way. Something is wrong somewhere. Some information is not balancing somewhere. So
Mm.
there's an issue. Is it that the other person sees, if he doesn't see that it hurts, he probably there's a religious connotation, or there's an understanding, there's a misunderstanding somewhere that the other person does not get yet. So it's only on the part of the person that wants it, that they are seeing it clearly, that it doesn't hurt, it is sinless, it's enjoyable. So I don't know why you don't want it. The reason why the other person is holding back is because they don't have that understanding yet. In the back, at the back of their mind, they either feel that this thing is hurtful, it's not right, it's not appropriate
It's
for us,
ungodly,
it's ungodly,
unholy. Like we were
unholy.
discussing one of the episodes this month, we were talking about religious hindrances, how people spiritualize some things and tell you,
Yeah.
and in fact, someone raised the issue of a popular preacher, a popular family preacher, who has said that oral sex is a sin. And we dealt with it, saying, don't add or subtract from the
Hmm.
scripture. I so liked the way our guest David on that show told us, whatever theologically, whatever the Bible is silent on, we are also silent on, because we've been warned not to add or subtract to the Bible. So the person who is saying what is not in the Bible should not be using the Bible to cover. Whatever is comfortable between both of you is best. That's what is the best thing. So, like Titi has said, try to bring your spouse to an understanding of what it is you want them to do to you like them to do for you, and why you like it. And be patient in doing so. Because truthfully, many people have been brought up, even culturally, to see some things as
Culturally.
wrong. You
Yeah.
know, we talk about
Yeah.
the fact that in some culture, a woman is not supposed to initiate sex.
Initiate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's not seen
And
as
it's a huge stronghold. It's a huge
yes,
stronghold.
because when you've been brought up to think that way. You get there. I heard of a funny story, of a girl who got married and was weeping throughout her wedding night because she sinned. As far as she's concerned, she sinned. So I
Wow.
was so upset. I was like, did they not do premarital counseling for these people? And I'm saying it here loud and clear. Don't get married without premarital counseling. These are some of the things that you would have been told in the class before you enter. Sister was
Hmm.
crying, and this traumatized brother who thought that this was supposed to be a beautiful night. Anyways, so do
It's
you
sad
understand?
because especially people that have Christian upbringing or strict Christian upbringing,
Yeah,
that's all they've known all their life. So she's probably getting married at the age of maybe 20, 25, 24, 27. So the last 26 years of her life, she's been told to strictly adhere to, don't initiate, don't do this, it's bad, it's not good. So 6 months or 3 months or 2 months of premarital counseling may not be enough
yeah,
to
but at
kind of like
least she would have
change.
had she would have had some form of
She
information
has
and
heard,
knowledge
but in her
about what
mind,
is going to happen.
her mind has not registered in her mind yet.
May the Lord help us. So this is a serious part. Okay, someone has
I
asked
do
us a
amen to
question
that.
here. I said, what happens when it's only one way? And then the
Oh, what
person tried
only
to
one?
elaborate further. I say, when it's only one partner that keeps trying. And I mean, and I think this person is saying one partner that keeps trying to initiate sex or
Oh,
sexual activity or new things or try to spice up things. When it's just one way,
yeah.
what happens? Let's help this person. Just because
What
they are
happens is that the sex drive or of the other person starts coming down. That's what happens. And what should happen, I believe so much in having conversations about every and anything. It doesn't matter whether it's a little thing or a tiny, no, who says it's tiny? So long as that thing bothers you in that marriage, you should have conversations about it, not even to talk about something as important as sex. So I believe strongly that you should have conversations about this thing. If you feel like, for example, if you are the guy that married this sister we are trying to talk about, that's just heard in premarital counseling, she just heard it, has not registered in her head yet. So if you feel like you are the only one initiating and you would want him or her to initiate, please have conversations. I encourage couples to create an environment where your spouse is able to have conversations with you about every and any. That's why you're a couple. I won't call up someone on the street and start talking to them about certain things because I don't have a relationship with them. The highest form of relationship in my life is with my spouse. So I should be able to talk to you about every and anything. So create that environment such that as is needed, you guys are able to talk about sex, about money, about whatever it is. So have that conversation, try and understand so that it will help you understand where this person is coming from. Maybe you can even help him, or maybe you can help
yeah,
her, you know.
exactly. That's what I was going to say. Like David said last week, find out why the person is like that. David was saying when the woman is overwhelmed, she's doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and you're sitting down there crossing your leg or only doing A and B. And the last thing on her mind, sex is Z. And Z is very, very, very fine her mind. But if you both are doing things together, you help, you assist, and even if it's the man, maybe the man is just thinking of
Overwhelmed,
business,
yeah.
overwhelmed right at that point in time, rather than think that, oh, maybe he has a side chick. Hello, you initiate it, you create the atmosphere, because we know from what we know, scientifically proven, that this is something that distresses. It distresses the man, it distresses the woman. So if your spouse is so caught up and it's one way, they are not thinking about it, help them think about it. Initiate them. What I always ask is, there was a way that you toasted this woman before she
That's my
married.
point. That's it.
Uncle, nobody helped you. You went there, you wrapped her. This woman chose to leave her father and mother, change her father's name. You know what it takes? Go back to being that guy. Because the problem majorly is that most people, once we marry, they tell them, oh, we have settled down. We have not settled. We have only started. Please, people should start
Mhm.
taking away that word. It's not settling down, it is us building. So you can't just build a foundation and say you have done with a house. The marriage, the wedding, the traditional, all those are the foundation that we have made for a beautiful building to emerge, which is a lifetime of marriage. So there's a lot of work that still needs to be done. And whatever it is you did, you used to go out on dates, you used to leave love notes, you used to leave cards, you used to send text messages, you used to buy gifts, please go back to it. Go back to it. That's one way of reviving and spicing up things. You as a lady, you know what you used to do. You used to smell nice. You used to take care of yourself. You used to be attractive. You used to wear bomb shorts. Now you are living yourself anyhow. No, we have to go back to how it used to be to spice things up. All right.
Sorry,
So,
one last thing before we
yes,
go. One
please
last thing
go
before
on.
we go.
Go on. Go on.
One way to help, especially for women, for women, so to the guys, one way to help any woman, especially if you feel like she's not initiating sex, is to help her. Is to help her. And don't just help her blindly, because what you term as help might not be what she terms as help. Help her or ask her, how can I help you today? How can I
Mhm,
help you this week? In this
mhm,
month, how can I help you? That
mhm.
is one sure way to encourage any woman to be interested in sex, or to encourage her to initiate sex. And yeah.
Speak her love language. Speak his love
Mhm.
language. What is her love language? What fills her tank? What makes her happy? What puts her in the best place and in the best mood? And someone has asked if we are saying all this as love making being a reward for good behavior. No, we're saying do what it takes to enjoy your marriage. It takes work. Beautiful marriages, long lasting marriages take work, and it takes work from both sides. It's beautiful when both of you are involved, both of you are working to build your marriage. You are not in that marriage because you are helping someone's destiny. Both of you are in it to help yourselves, to grow
Yeah,
together, to build a legacy, a lasting one, to bring up children that will outlive you and remember, oh, this is who my dad was, this is who my mom was. Because we only have one life, people.
true.
We want to live it enjoying it. The Bible says to enjoy the wife of your youth, live peacefully, enjoy joyfully, rejoice. So create fun times in your relationships. Don't hold on, don't take yourself too seriously, don't hold on too tightly to everything. I look back now and there are some things that, I always said lesson 101, things I wish I was told, before I got married. There are a lot of things
Yeah,
that I would have just kini gbogbo èyí, that I took too seriously then. So, and I'm telling you from experience, don't take those things too seriously. Life is short. Enjoy it. Let's go. Forgive. You know, move on. Be your best for each other. Excite yourself. Do what pleases you. It's not always about money, and it's not always
yeah,
about work, work, work. Let's find time to enjoy ourselves. Let's find time to do the things we love. Don't lose yourself in marriage. Marriage is supposed to make you better, not bitter. Okay. Thank
true.
you everyone for joining the conversation today. I'm just going to replay. It's just a 1 minute WhatsApp video anyway, so it's not so long. I'm just going to replay again for us to see what we did with the back to school program this September in Nigeria. So we were able to give gifts, to give money to pay school fees. We were able to support children with books, with bags, and you can see the excitement on their faces. And we will continue to do this as God keep us by God's grace annually. We will do this annually. So if you're interested in supporting the back to school program in Nigeria, please reach out to me. This was what we did this September in pictures. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Next week is our first Sunday, and you know what it is? It is a love seat time. I have the couple I call the golden couple coming to us next week. You don't want to miss their love story. Yeah, you'll know why I call them the golden couple. They'll be here on the love seat next week by the grace of God. Please subscribe if you've not subscribed to our channel. Share, tell your friends about this. Thanks to all of our guests who were with us this month on the bedroom. Thanks to Omoyeme, the CEO of Obioma in Nigeria, and thanks to Dr. DJ Oreo, sir, they call him sir DJ Oreo, who partnered with us on the back to school program for the children. Thank you everyone for your comments. Keep the comments coming. Reach out to us via our WhatsApp number. We are doing premarital classes, so before you jump in and say I do, come and learn. Knowledge is power. What you know is what will help you. And if you need counseling, you can also reach out to us. By the grace of God, God will give us the wisdom to do what we can for you. We will be here again, God's grace, next week. Thank you, Titi, for all of your insight. Thank you for being there always. We don't take it for granted. God bless you. God replenish you. Bye, everyone. Have a love-filled week and see you next week.